There's a moment almost every high-achieving woman hits. The business works, the revenue works, the systems technically work, but something feels off. Not dramatic, not broken, just misaligned. And the instinct is to tweak the marketing, change the offer, blame the algorithm, but often you've simply evolved and your business hasn't caught up. Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. My name is Tracy Ftacek, and I guide high-achieving women to manifest the life and business they desire with the right strategies that help them to chill the fuck out. Let's dive in. Well, hello, gorgeous humans. Welcome back to the Manifest and Chill podcast. I'm Tracy Ftacek, and I am a little under the weather, so my voice sounds a little funky today, but I had to get this episode in. This conversation today is going to feel a little personal because this episode isn't about your strategy, it's about your identity. And specifically, and I can relate to this, as I grew and scaled many multi-6 and 7-figure businesses, what happens when you've outgrown the version of you that built your current success? We build businesses from a specific identity, especially if you're building from scratch, when you're bootstrapping or in the early stages. You're the hustler. You're the overfunctioner. You're the one who proves it can happen. You are the one who is a survivor. And that version of you was so fucking powerful and admirable. And you have every right to have bragged about how you were to get you to where you are today. Because she did. Let's give her a round of applause and a great big thank you. She got you here. But, and I don't hate to tell you this because it's the truth, and it needs to be said aloud. If she's still running the show, you may feel constantly on edge, overly responsible, emotionally stretched, and unable to rest without guilt. Not because your business is failing, but because your identity hasn't recalibrated to move from a 6 to a 7+ figure business. And there is science. I'm always bringing you science every week, and there is science to support this identity and stress equal burnout. Research in behavioral psychology has consistently shown over the decades that identity drives decision-making far more than any motivation does. It's why I combine, meditations, mantras, motivational practices, but at the end of the day, we have to shift your identity. And if your identity is still anchored in the I have to hold everything mode, your nervous system will default to overholding, even if your strategy improves. And this is why structural change alone isn't enough. It's why I started the business I have of coaching high-achieving women how to scale, simply because that same old adage, what got you here won't get you there. Identity must evolve alongside the growth of your business. And this is a true lived experience of mine. There was a time in my own journey when I realized something uncomfortable. The women who I was that built my early success, well, she was fueled by proving. I had a lot of negative feedback, growing up and through the years, people that did not believe in me. So I was fueled, yes, by a little bit of anger, but mostly by, I'm going to prove them wrong, proving I could do it, proving I belonged in the rooms that I was in, proving I was capable of handling standing on that stage in front of thousands of people and facilitating educational moments. And that energy, it built momentum undeniably, but it also built a tension that I couldn't withstand if I really wanted my business to evolve. And I had to consciously choose, do I want to scale from proving or from power? And that was the real pivot. It wasn't coming up with another offer. It wasn't the marketing and how I would brand myself again. It was the identity. And that's the difference. A lot of people confuse a rebrand with a recoordination of your identity. Let's not make that mistake. And I have, as always, every week I bring to you a micro practice where you can do a little identity audit. I did this on myself. I developed this technique. It's in all of my programs. I want you to ask yourself this. Who is the version of me currently running my business? I'm going to say that again so you can get your pen and paper out and write it down. Who is the version of me currently running my business? Is she surviving, proving, stabilizing, overfunctioning? Or is she discerning, supported, calm, strategic? Because my beautiful friends, you cannot build a calm business from a braced identity of tension. Notice when you ask yourself those questions and you answer them truly honestly, with total clarity, notice which version of you is leading. That will be your indicator of your next steps. We are strong into an AI era right now. And I fucking love AI. There's many things that I believe it at. In fact, I'm developing a TED Talk strictly around AI and how we can use this as female entrepreneurs and as mothers and for our children. But that's a conversation on a podcast for another day. But AI, what it's doing right now is it is accelerating execution. But at the end of the day, identity still determines direction. You can automate all the marketing that you want. You cannot automate your self-concept. Because with AI, the data you put in, the attitude you put in, the mindset you put in, the behavior you put in, the push that you put in, that's what it kicks out. And the next era will reward women who lead from grounded identity, not pressure-based ambition. Because sustainable scale requires an internal evolution, not just external growth. If you're unsure whether you've outgrown your current operating identity, my quiz, the Energy Alignment Diagnostic, will help you see clearly. Sometimes the season isn't about scaling. It's about recalibrating the woman at the center of the structure. The link for the quiz is in the show notes below. Click through, take my free quiz, and I will be offering you actionable items that you can incorporate immediately. And the Energy Aligned Business Strategy that I'm opening up this spring, it is a 6-month container for entrepreneurs but it's not about scrapping your ambition. EABS is about evolving the identity that carries your ambition. Inside, we're going to reduce nervous system load, rebuild the structural support of your business to grow, recalibrate your leadership identity. No more needing to micromanage. We're going to turn micromanaging into protocols and design growth that doesn't require constant proving. And my friend, you don't need to start over. You do not need to burn everything down to build it back up again. You may just need to grow into the next version of you. But right now, today, I want you to honor the woman who built this and give yourself permission to become the one who sustains it. In my next episode, we're going to carry through this same thread of how you can rebuild your structure without burning it all down and operate and grow your business from a 6 to a 7 or 8 figures just based upon recalibrating the identity of the woman who grows to those spaces. Until then, I love you all so much, and we will talk soon. If you found any value today in our Manifest and Chill podcast or this episode, feel free, send me a message over on Instagram. I love chatting in the DMs, what resonated with you. And if you have any questions about any of my programs or the energy alignment business strategy course I'll be offering this spring, reach out. And I would love so much and be greatly appreciated if you enjoyed this episode to leave me a review below. Until then, I love you all so much, and I will talk to you next episode.